Hi, I'm going to talk about how America is becoming a police state with the counterterrorism measures. Specifically, NSA and Edward Snowden, how our civil liberties are being violated, being spied on. We're paying for this harassment towards us. There's a benefit, but then you get to a point where the cons outweigh the pros. And I think we are at that tipping point. Like I said, we're losing our rights and we're becoming a police state. I'm going to talk also specifically on the micro level with NYPD. We have tons of police officers here due to counterterrorism measures. Well, 99.9% of the time nothing is going on and they are bored or looking to meet a quota. So they use excessive and enforce excessively. We've had arrests for things such as turnstile swipes, or asking for a turnstile swipe at the subway station. Simply asking, not jumping it, but asking. Homeless people sleeping on a bench in a park after hours. A lot of these homeless people have mental illnesses. This is not helping them. It's just compounding the problem. National news recently was a homeless guy getting shoes from an NYPD officer. They also need to show the other side of the coin more often, or we can email our local news and ask them to do that, or newspapers. So we have asking for a turnstile swipe, a homeless man sleeping on a park bench after hours, people selling flowers without a vendor's license, or water bottles. Yes, there's a small debate on that. Oh, they could poison the water, or it's taken away from vendor sales, and it's not taxed. Again, a fine line. To be arresting people for that versus just a fine, you could consider that excessive. I do. Art. In the past, they've rounded up people for selling art. Today, that's supposed to be allowed. Free speech and expression. You can sell your art. Stop and frisk, and arresting people for having tiny bags of marijuana on them, and similar things. Maybe having an outstanding fine for a traffic violation and getting a warrant and arrest for that. My issue was for posting a handbill. I was posting something on a pole, taping it to a pole for a nonprofit charity. I've served in the Peace Corps. I volunteer every day for the last 10 years, or not every day, once a week for the last 10 years. I've donated about $15,000 to $20,000 every year out of my pocket to UNICEF, homeless shelters, food banks, pet shelters, animal rights, which is connected to human rights issues. So I've volunteered a lot, and I post handbills for a few different charities: animal cruelty, cancer walks, stuff of that nature. They can arrest you for that, apparently, if they want to interpret the law the way they have been lately, which is a risk to our freedom, especially for nonprofit and not for business. They could arrest you for posting a sign saying your dog is lost to help find them, or even your child. They can do that, or even a cancer walk or AIDS benefit. It's a slippery slope. It gives them too much unchecked power. I think we need a watchdog group for the police due to this. I was arrested 3 times for posting handbills for charity. Despite having a specific printed off law and telling him to read it and asking him to read it, it's very clear that I was posting a handbill, but he determined it as graffiti, so I got jailed and have a criminal record now. It was considered graffiti because graffiti is determined as painting, etching, or covering up. That's what he used his basis for. I covered up the pole. Well, then there's no handbill law, because a handbill is covering something up. So that's an abuse of his power, not how the law is intended, and I think most New York City citizens would be opposed to that, especially for a nonprofit charity and not business, which is totally different, and they're supposed to have more freedoms, and it wouldn't be excessive if it was just for nonprofits. There wouldn't be an excessive amount of flyering or posts. So I was arrested. We were going to adopt a child, since there's tons in foster care, especially the ages of 5 to 15. But now we are no longer going to do that because I have a criminal record. I also may lose my good government job, or airport job. I have a degree in aviation, bachelor's degree, pilot license that I got many years ago. Like I said, I served in the Peace Corps. Very great resume, lots of good experience. May lose my job. They'll be paying for my unemployment, my food stamps and welfare, because I put a few posted some things for animal cruelty and other charities that protect our health and our environment and such. So this was used successfully by NYPD. Like I said, politicians do it all the time. I asked them, it was last week for the mayor vote, how many politicians did you arrest? Or political people? None. They had to have seen something. In Harlem, there's an anti-slavery demo on a closed down building, a bunch of posters up on anti-slavery, about slavery and stuff. That hasn't been taken down. I'm not saying it should be. I'm just saying they're using their biases and such to enforce the law. I think most join the police. Well, I do want to note there's many great police officers. I actually went to school with who is one now. He would not arrest a homeless person in a park for sleeping on the bench. At most he would do is escort them off if they were causing a problem. Otherwise, he wouldn't do anything in most cases, in his opinion. But anyways, I think most join the police force out of they're cocky, they're young, they want to hold a gun, they think it's cool, macho, it goes to their head. They flash their badge around for free things all the time. They'll bring their family and friends to where I work and to go see a Statue of Liberty, and over $100 worth of tickets will be given away to them, mainly out of intimidation, I believe. They don't want to be bothered. And they flash their badge around when they're off duty, get their family and friends in. Meanwhile, they're arresting people for a $2.50 evasion by asking for a turnstile swipe outside the subway and other ridiculous things. Meanwhile, you're spending hundreds of your tax dollars on booking them. The officer's spending a day booking them. They probably want to get out of the sun in the summer and the heat and the cold in the winter, so they probably look for something petty. First thing they see, take them in, when they should be on the streets still looking for and protecting you that you're paying for. But you're paying hundreds of dollars for them to book, prosecute, see the judge, get a free speech lawyer for a $2.50 fine. I think it's ridiculous. Meanwhile, white collar crime, Bernie Madoff types, there's so many of those on a smaller level, are stealing tons of money in your retirements. And cybercrime, actually had my credit card info stolen twice online, and they weren't able to help at all. I don't think they have the wherewithal or smarts, and we need more police doing that by white collar and cybercrime rather than harassing citizens trying to make a difference or volunteer and such. I think that the vendors also have more rights than the nonprofits. There's vendors out there who do apply for a license all over, to people tabling privately, small businesses, food carts. They see them out there regularly, so they get used to them. I go out there with a little stool, put a few flyers and hold a sign. They say that I can't have my stool with my flyers on it. Meanwhile, it's for a charity. I should at least have the same rights as a business, as a volunteer, and not be discriminated against. So they can also arrest you if your kid writes on the pavement in a park with sidewalk chalk. They can arrest the parent for that, apparently. People, cancer walk, missing kid, lost dog, lost cat. It's getting ridiculous, and we have to stand up for our rights before we lose more. We need an NYPD watchdog group. Or you could be the next person if you care about something that has a couple of offenses and a criminal record for life for graffiti and criminal mischief, to make it even pad themselves to make their quota look better. So they do a lot of good things that I believe are corrupt. I'm sure if you're from another area, traffic violations, speed traps, going down 45 to 35. I was on my motorcycle, rode for 10 years, never had a speeding ticket. Waving everyone over. I thought it was a detour. Nope, they were just trying to make money. Flagging everyone over. I was going with the flow of traffic. We were all going around 45 to 50 miles per hour. It went from 45 to 35, flagging everyone over. I think there's no common sense in the law anymore. Maybe because they don't exercise it enough, but in my case, posting a handbill considered graffiti. Sounds like one of my jobs. I applied for it and I got refused. They thought I was spray painting a whole wall and vandalizing, not posting something on a pole. So we need more common sense. We need a watchdog group. It's becoming a police state. Counterterrorism is actually reaching a tipping point where it's actually harassing ourselves as decent citizens, and we are paying for it. So please share your comments on your experiences. And we need to be treated more properly and police the police and watch them. No one should be sleeping on floors like dogs because they volunteered for a charity or are homeless and asked for a turnstile swipe or slept on a park bench at night or were trying to make some money selling flowers or art. So peace. Please help promote for charity. Check out unicef.org, mercyforanimals.org, and look up factory farms, the environment, and anything that you're passionate about. Thank you.